Alright guys, Roulette here and welcome back to our quick easy video tutorial sort of thing. Now this time we're going to be going over the how to get better low end, how to get better sounding low end, how to get your low end to fit nicely in the mix with the other instruments, and to have it as the main focal point and really to boost your low end to make it sound a lot better. So first things first, you need good sounds. If you don't have good sounds, you're already off to a bad start. The sounds I've got here are the Portal Kick and the Sunset 808. They're nice, don't overdo it, they sit well in the mix, and they cover a good frequency range as we see here. Now, if you've got sounds that are basically, that don't have this frequency range, so already it's already weaker. Some sounds are actually like this, I'm not joking. But if we reset that, we reset this, and we'll see that, yeah, good sounds, good sound selection, good low end. So obviously there's a million things we can do to this, but the first thing we can do is bring up the velocity, which we have already done. The sample I'm using as well is in B, as far as I know. Let me check. Yeah, it is in B, so sorry for that. I'm not sure why that keeps doing that. So make sure the sounds are in B, that is in B, and this is also in B. So if your sounds are not in the correct scale or the correct note, it will obviously sound weird. So make sure your sounds are tuned as well by going to Edit, detecting the pitch regions. We see it's in C, so it's tuned, and it's on B, so it will fit with the melody we're using. Now EQ wise, we can come here and we can boost up the 40 Hz region by going to this little notch here on an EQ and going order, steep 8. Bring it up. Make sure this is a wee bell icon as well here. And we can boost up about the 40 Hz range. So a bit more thump there as we hear. Next thing we do, we can boost up like with 130 or 130 range or so, which again, go to order, steep 8. Bring it up slightly, bring it in a wee bit. Sounds good. But obviously if we're going to boost this, we need to kind of deduct a little bit from the 808, so we'll go to the 808 EQ as well. We'll see where these boosts are. So we've got one about 125 and one at 45. So again, we'll take this, move that across actually. We'll take this one, we'll go to 145 or 45 Hz. Order, steep 8, bring this down slightly. Give a bit more room for that, and 122 is the boost here, so we will order steep 8, 122, and bring this 808 down, just so we have a bit more room for the kick to shine. See how it sits? Very subtle here, but it sits a wee bit nicer there. And because this isn't as boosted in the center section, but it's still low mid-range, we can boost that a wee bit with a band here. The 808 to have its own room to shine as well. Again, very subtle, don't overdo it here. Now the next thing we can do is we're going to rename this kick for reasons you'll see in a minute. We'll rename this also 808. Now we're going to go to the kick here. We're going to sidechain it to this little knob here. We're going to sidechain to this track. So basically just right click on the 808, right click here, sidechain this track. Once that's done, we're going to go to the limiter. We're going to go to the compressor tab here. Now we open the limiter on the 808, not the kick. Go to the compressor here, we right click and we select kick. And once that's done, we are going to bring this down here. So bring the threshold down on this marker and then the ratio down also. And what this does, it ducks. So we'll see here with the limiter, there's a blue kind of peak here and then a white peak. The blue peak is the input and the white peak is the reduction and compression. Hopefully that makes sense. So the more we bring the ratio down here, the more it will be compressed. See, it's steeper. Again, we bring it up for less ducking and more for more ducking. So again, that just gives the 808 a bit more room to shine. Also, make sure the 808 is cutting itself by right clicking, cut itself. already a nicer kind of better sounding low end here. To add in a quick drum as well, we will go to my perception kit. Now these sounds as well are in my perception kit if you were wondering. The portal kick and the sunset 808 are in the 808 and the kick sections respectively. That being said, let's grab a snare here. Any will do. And we'll just add a make sure this isn't muted. Okay, now with a melody here, if I just grab this now, the melody we've got here, we like it, we think it's good, but we don't want it overlapping the 808 too much. Now this has a lot of mid-range frequencies as well, so we don't want it kind of swamping out our 808. To solve that, we basically go here. We can EQ out some of this as well, just a little bit. So this is really where the low end is, so we just take out some of that. Now without all of these effects on, this will be a completely different beat, so we turn off all of that. Now it still hits hard because these are already good samples and good sounds, which I mentioned in the sound selection segment, but just adding these simple tips and tricks here. Ambience and the quality and that low end is definitely peeking through. Now again, we're going to sidechain the kick to the melody as well here, by doing the same thing we did with the 808. Kick, sidechain to this track, and opening up a limiter here. Compressor, kick, and bring the threshold down, and the ratio up. So again, that works perfectly fine as well. Again, without the limiter here. Can you just play that bit? That's no limiter, and then with. Sounds good. There are a few other things we can do. Now, with the 808, for example, we can enhance the stereo field a bit. Again, you can do this if you'd like. I usually don't, but it definitely works with drill, UK drill a lot. But if we bring this in a bit, 50% left, 50% left. And without. And with. Yeah, very subtle. I usually don't like doing that, but again, that's an option. The other thing we do is obviously distortion, if you'd like distort sounds. Again, doesn't really work that well with drill, I find, but choose it if you'd like. Yeah, I prefer it without completely. Also, something that is a bit more technical, also these should be down at B, is putting notes up at the top here to kind of bring down to the next segment. So if we have just one note up here, octave notes will sound better when you can like bring them down and be like do 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 and then drop it almost. You could see as soon as we don't have that kick playing on that 808, it sounds worse because the kick ducking it is actually the secret here. The way the kick ducks that 808 is really perfectly done here. Bring up the velocity of it. Just while we're here, let's add in some maybe like a snare pattern or something here. Again, that's from my duality kit and perception here. A little bit too fast that one, I'd rather have more of a slow one. Because it's 158 BPM, these sounds usually work at literally like 140, so it's obviously sounding a bit fast. But, yeah, I'm just doing this because I fancied it. What I've done here though, it's better there. Yeah, that's basically how I get kind of more of a dynamic, better sounding low end, a lot more thickness, a lot more punch, a lot more yeah, everything you're wanting in low end really. So that's, yeah, that should be the video, guys. Again, EQ, limiting. There's something else we could do. We could bring the ceiling down and basically clip it, which a lot of people do, which is I don't recommend, but you can do it. That's just bringing the ceiling up, by the way, to about 4 decibels. Which works as well. I don't recommend it. I'm not recommending that option, but you can do it if you'd like. Again, bring the ceiling and gain up and just boost the high heavens out of it and let it clip and distort. But yeah, that should be the video, guys. If you like these sounds, you like the tutorial, leave a like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Again, Perception and Duality are out now. If you'd like to buy them, the link will be in the description. We've got Conquer, we've got all the UK drill sounds, we've got amazing sounds here all over. But yeah, take it easy. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one I do.